On my last video about chemicals, I talked about one company in specific that I wanted to try out, and we're going to try that out today because I just got a shipment in a few days ago from Shine Supply. So I did go ahead and purchase a few things from Shine Supply's website. I didn't purchase everything on the website. There's a lot of stuff they have, a lot of chemicals, a lot of polishes, compounds, and a lot of stuff, right? So I did just buy some of the stuff I wanted to try. So we're gonna go ahead and test out some things. I'm probably gonna go buy some more stuff, but we'll get into, reason why I haven't really gotten into Shine Supply stuff yet. I think this box has around $200 worth of items in here. There's one kit I bought. There's a few other stuff I bought. We'll go over everything I bought, and we're actually gonna test out a lot of this product. Basically, everything that I have in here, we're gonna test out on the few cars that I have here at the house. So I think hopefully I can mute out the laundry's going out in the background. So if you guys can hear that a little bit, I apologize. But gotta wash the microfiber towels, guys. We gotta wash them out. So the one thing I like about Shine Supply is the good and the bad, I guess. It's pretty exclusive to where you can buy it local detail shops. Not every detail shop has it. Not your 3Ds, not even H2O Detail Supply has them. It's very minimal amount of shops that they have. So that's either a good or a bad thing. I think it's more of a bad than good because you want to just be able to readily pick it up whenever you can. Especially if you're like a mobile detailer, you want to stop by a shop, you really like this product, I want to go by and stop and buy it. But you can't because it's not sold there. They only sell it online or certain, authorized dealer, I guess vendors or whatever, dealers of the Shine Supply, which the nearest one to me is about a 30-minute drive with no traffic. I live in California, there's always traffic, so it ends up being like 50-minute drive just to go ahead and pick up some Shine Supply stuff. Unless you go like Saturday, Sunday morning, a weekend, stuff like that. And then you'll probably avoid some traffic, get there 30 minutes, get home back within an hour. You should be good to go and buy some stuff. So that's what I'm probably going to do later on in the future. But for right now, I want to get myself a decent amount of, supplies on some of the chemicals they have. And yeah, so that's kind of my first initial review or thoughts of Shine Supply is that. Two, I've heard of nothing but great things, honestly. I've never heard anybody say Shine Supply sucks, their chemicals are trash, don't buy them. Only thing I guess I've heard as negative is maybe some of the stuff is pretty expensive, which we'll get to in a second too. But yeah, I think I wanted to go ahead and I wanted to definitely try out two different things, maybe three from Shine Supply. So let's get started. The first thing I really wanted to try was their tire dressing, Decked Out. So this is their tire dressing that's pretty, I would say maybe one of their most famous things, maybe. But I would say this is up there for one of the best tire shine dressings that a lot of people recommended to me. A lot of people have seen on YouTube use it, and they absolutely love it. Now, this by itself is $32, I believe, maybe $35, because I think they give you a sprayer with it as well to dilute. And I've seen 1-to-1 is basically pretty shiny tire. If you want to go 1-to-4 for a little more, or 1-to-3, 1-to-4 for a little more sheen, like matte finish, not really, kind of like an OEM dark tire. If you want like a 1-to-4, 1-to-3 ratios are on there. If you like a shiny tire, 1-to-1 is where you want to go. So for me personally, I might go 1-to-2, 1-to-3. I'm not a big fan on super shiny tires. I like a little bit of a shine, but not super overly over the top. That's kind of where I sit. I'm like in the middle right there. So this is a concentrate, so you want to go ahead and dilute this down, which this bottle is, like I said, $32, $35 are on there. And then it does come with some 32-ounce sprayer bottles, which we'll get into right now. And it's pretty cool because I like to have the label. They have the ounces and all the stuff in the back, so it's really easy to dilute for you guys. I'm probably going to run this thing 3-to-1, to be honest, at least in my first go. We'll try that out and use that. We're going to be using this today as well. So that's the first thing I bought was the Decked Out. And I did buy it in a kit. So in the kit, I thought it was a great deal. So in that kit, guys, you get Decked Out, you get Cool Guy, which is their iron remover, wheel cleaner, and then you get Wise Guy, which is their wheel and tire cleaner. So this is like a combo kit right here for the wheels, right? So it comes with those two, right? Comes with an applicator pad if you want to use that for your tire shine. It also comes with the tire shine brush that they recommend to use which I'm probably gonna try out today. And then it also comes with a Detail Factory brush, large detail brush. There you go. It's boar's hair, so you can go ahead for the lug nuts. And it also came with this Detail Factory wheel brush mini. So this is what it came with as well. So we'll go ahead and check some of this stuff out. So the reason why I think this is a very good deal is because all of this right here that you've seen right here on the table, right here, that cost me $90 by this kit. I think that's really worth it. I think $90 is about the value of these three. And then you also get like another sprayer. Where is it at? Yeah, so you get another you get another bottle as well, and then you get the sprayer heads as well. So the total sprayers. I think this alone, guys, this is like pretty worth it, guys. The 2 bottles, the sprayers, these 3 chemicals, and just the brush, I think is already around $90 worth of value. You get yourself another Wheel Willy brush, you get a Detail Factory brush. I think this is an insane value, really, for, you know, yes, you probably maybe save a little price of more money, maybe if you do buy the gallons for all this, right? If you buy in bulk, obviously, you know, save by the gallon, you save a little bit of money. But I think this is a great entry step starter price to use Shine Supply to get all the tires and wheels dialed in. So I think it's a really great price for $90. In my opinion, I think that's really good. So we're gonna try all of this stuff out today. And then I also bought a gallon of solution because I heard this is amazing, guys. A lot of detailers, especially, I never mentioned this, but Shine Supply is actually, like, I wouldn't say local to me, but it's in California, Southern California. So to me, it's kind of cool that they're local, I guess. They're not like 30 minutes away, but still, like, I don't know. I think it's cool that they're from California, like my state. So I kind of want to use the product because it feels like I'm supporting a brand that's like part of this. You know, I don't know. It just feels like home brand kind of, but even though they're not really that close to me. But you guys get the point, right? So yeah, Solution. It's a multi-purpose cleaner. A lot of people use this for a ton of different things. Like I said, it's multi-purpose cleaner. So you could use it on interior, on exterior. You could use it diluted into soap to put as a pre-foam wash. Use this for the wheels. You can use this for like the wheel archings of trucks and really clean a lot of that stuff, like gunk out, that dirt, the built up debris from underneath the tires and stuff like that when it kicks up. So this is really great for a ton of different things. You could also just do this on straight tires as well. I've seen people use this solution, diluted down properly to knock out tires. So I'm going to be using this for sure. So I bought a gallon of it. I want to say the gallon's $32, $35, $36. I'll put it up on screen, everything I talk about, because off the top of my head, guys, I'm not going to remember everything. So yeah, I bought Solution. I got leather and interior cleaner. The reason why I bought this is because my favorite interior cleaner, which you guys already know and a lot of you agree, is Polestar. And this is kind of their version of Polestar, right? Because they say leather and interior cleaner, which is basically like Polestar. So I would like to try this out, just see how it smells, how it cleans, how it leaves the finish. Does it shriek? Does it not? We're going to try this out as well. I got another interior cleaner by Cruise, which is a matte interior cleaner, which is a matte interior detailer. So it's not really meant for like the heavy built up grime. This is more for like your maintenance, wipe down, stuff like that. It's gonna leave that matte finish in there. So it's not super shiny. It just leaves a nice matte finish. And then I also got Clean and Shine. So this is really nice because if you like the shiny interiors, a lot of people maybe like a little bit of gloss to their interior. Obviously you can dilute it down to however much you need. I believe you can dilute this down, I believe, at least. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I have no idea if you can dilute this. It doesn't have like a directions to dilute. I will have to look this up more and see if you do dilute it. I don't think you do though. I don't think it's that expensive for the gallon. This is, again, I would say Cruise and Clean and Shine. These two are more for maintenance. You don't really have to do scrubbing. You just kind of spray on the microfiber and just, wipe it down. So I think these two for sure are more like your maintenance style clients, or maybe it's the higher end interiors. And then this is like your cleaner. Like you're gonna go in, you're gonna use a scrub ninja, you're gonna scrub the doors, wipe it down. Like this is more of that heavy duty hitter right there. And then maybe follow up with one of these two if you want to do shinier, want to lose a little bit of matte finish. So that's kind of the process there. If you guys want to try that out, but I have used. Okay, so I never mentioned this in the beginning. Sorry about this, but the only thing I've ever used from Shine Supply, all right, is the Shine Supply flat out pads. They collab with Autofiber. Does that really count? I don't know. It's kind of more like an Autofiber thing, so I don't know if that counts. But I've used that, and then I've also used Clean and Shine. So I helped out a nearby detailer on a 2-step paint correction with ceramic coating, and I helped him out with doing that, the polishing and all that in the cutting stage. And I helped him out with that wash on a truck. And I basically used I used Chop Top. I believe that's what it's called, Chop Top. I believe it's the most aggressive cut they have. I believe it's Chop Top. And then we did that as the first step, and then we followed up with the Classic Polish by Shine Supply. So I've actually really liked those two products. So I guess I've used those two polishes or compounds and polish. And then I've also used Clean and Shine on the interior. So the way my detailer recommended me, the guy I was working with, he's used Shine Supply. And what he does is he actually just sprays it onto the door, lets it sit for a little bit. This is obviously if the interior's, you know, like a maintenance cleanup, right? It's not anything crazy. You probably roll down the window, spray the door down, let it sit for, he says let it sit for like 2 to 5 minutes. Go back, level it off, buff it off, and the doors looks amazing. So I'm gonna try that out as well today. So everything you guys see here, we're gonna try out in some way or another. You know, solution we'll probably use for tires or something. We'll try that out. We'll try to dilute this down to something. We'll figure it out. And then we gotta use all these stuff to clean the wheels. We're gonna use all these 3 for the interiors. We're gonna use the tire shine brush. Let me see if I forgot anything. I do have another spray bottle here for solution itself. And then I also bought, I think it's really cool, at least for me, is a little label to make sure it's real, I don't know, I'm OCD like that. I like the bottle to match the product. And then it also comes with some black sprayers. We all know about these sprayer bottles, guys. They're not really great, but they're gonna do the job for today. And then I also did pick up Block Party, which is an auto fiber Shine Supply collab as well, which is, this is what people really use for like the bottom, like the rockers of the cars and trucks. So you don't have to contaminate your other pads that you use on the rest of the paint. You want to use something like this that you can kind of, like a very, I don't know, in case there's dirt still on the other pads, this is like your safety net, and just doing the whole bottom of the car. I don't know, I bought it. Why? I'm an addict. I have no idea why I bought it. I just bought it. I don't know. Just don't follow my lead. And then we got another Tolko sprayer. So what I'm gonna do right now is we're gonna probably pause the video. Then we'll start it again, and I'm gonna try to dilute some of these products down to, not everything needs to be diluted. It's just really a few things, and then we'll get into doing a few cars because the sun is starting to go down, so we gotta hurry up. So I'll see you guys in just a second. All right, guys. So upon some further review, I just made sure I read the labels correctly and all that kind of thing. So I did read all these 3. Now these 3 don't need to be diluted, so these 3 are easy. We're just gonna unscrew it, put on the sprayers, we're good to go. Iron remover does not need to, Cool Guy, which has an iron remover built into it, does not have to be diluted. So these 4, no dilution necessary. These 2 are really the only dilutions that we need. And let's get started using these products. I know a lot of you guys probably want me to hurry up, but sorry. All right. Oh, here we go. It's foaming. We're probably gonna have to it's gonna foam on the table a little bit just for us to get it up to that 32-ounce mark. Bingo. All right, cool. Oh no. Uh-oh. There's still water in the funnel. Okay. All right. We're good. It's gonna spill a little bit. No one freak out. No one's freaking out. We're all right. It's all right. Everyone relax. Boom. Diluted down 10 to 1 for some light exterior cleaning. Maybe a little bit in there would be better, but we'll test it out, right? It's all a test. So again, this is like my first time using any of these products, any of these chemicals. So yeah, all right. We're probably gonna start with the interior cleaners first. So we're gonna start with all these interior cleaners first, then we'll get to the wheels and tires and the dressing. So yeah, let's get started. All right, something I forgot to mention also is that the wheel cover, this is like it. If you ever use the auto fiber, like my barrel blade, it's kind of like this, similar, but it's Detail Factory's version. And it comes with 3 different little attachments you could use. So this first one is a plush cover for general cleaning. And then we have a wheel brush mini scrubbing cover for serious dirt and grime. And then we have the ultra soft cover for the delicate wheels. So if those shiny, glossy wheels, on like the higher end cars, you probably want to use this. For like the maintenance clients, probably for this one for general cleaning. And then for like those first time clients that have built up brake dust and stuff like that, you want to use this. So we have 3 to choose from. My dad's van is really messed up, so maybe we'll try to do that and use a super dirty, hardcore cleaning one. So let's go ahead and check that out. So let's go ahead and go outside and get started on doing the interior products first. All right, so as far as interior cleaners, we have 3 to choose from, right? So we have the Cruise, which is a matte interior detailer. So the fact that it says detailer makes me think that's why I automatically think it's not really meant to really clean. it's more meant for like touch-ups. That's what when I think of detailer, I think of something like that. When I think of cleaner, I'm thinking you're going in there scrubbing, right? So that's why I think it's not really meant to really clean heavily contaminated surfaces. But it does say shake well directly onto microfiber towel and or the surface to be cleaned and wiped down for the area for glossy interior surfaces. For glossy interior surfaces, flip the microfiber towel and re-wipe to remove any streaks. So this has potential of streaking on like shiny interior. This is more like a satin finish, so I think we're gonna do this door panel with Cruise, and then we're gonna put Clean and Shine. I'm gonna spray it on the, so we're gonna spray Clean and Shine on this rear door panel, the back seat. This front one will do Cruise Matte Interior Detailer, and then leather and interior cleaner. Maybe we'll use this on in the inside of my car on my armrest. It's a little bit dirty, so I feel like this is gonna do the great job for that. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So let's go ahead and use little Camaro passing by. We're gonna go ahead and use Clean and Shine on the rear door, and we're gonna spray it on the panel and then let it sit. Like it says to shake well, spray directly on surface or wipe on with an applicator of your choice. Allow the product to penetrate, then wipe off excess with a clean microfiber towel. So that's what my friend was telling me. He was saying to spray it on there, let it sit for 2 to 5 minutes, literally let it sit there, and then make sure that you go ahead and buff it off basically, so it kind of soaks the product into the actual vinyl, plastic, whatever, of the surface, and then you go ahead and buff it off. So let's go ahead and spray this on the back panel, and then we'll let it sit. We're gonna do Cruise on this one, and then we'll clean up the armrest with the leather interior cleaner. So let's get started. All right, guys, so this thing is pretty clean anyways, guys, so there's really nothing. It's like a little smudge mark, if anything, but I think when I buff it off, it'll should come off. So I have it on right now. We're just gonna go ahead and just do a couple spritz on there. So, oh my God, I almost forgot. Let me roll down the windows. Hold on, I forgot to roll. Actually, we're gonna thug life it. Don't do what I do. Oh my God, hold on, the sprayer sucks. There we go. So let it just, all right. I know it looks like it's streaking, but we're gonna let that sit and dwell onto the surface there. And then we're gonna go ahead and let it soak in, and then we're gonna buff it all off. So let's see what that looks like in just a little bit. So we're gonna let it sit for like 2 minutes, and then we'll come back and buff it off with a towel and see what it looks like. All right, now for using Cruise, we're gonna spray onto a microfiber towel here. This is the Jobber 365 from the House of Rags, if you guys are just curious. So we're gonna go ahead and spray this onto the actual towel. These sprayers suck, so this is why I think it's recommended to use like a Tolco sprayer. There's the best. These shoot a little bit too straight. They don't have like a real mist to them, so you're probably gonna use more product than you have to. So we're gonna spray it onto there. This is like your general maintenance, just like everyday maintenance cleaning, not anything crazy. So just gonna do a little quick wipe down on the door there. So let's see if it leaves any streaks or anything like that. You know, it'd be a better test if I was like in direct sunlight and in the heat, but honestly right now it's kind of, at least in California, it's not really that hot anymore. So I don't know, I guess we're kind of in a good spot of weather time right now. It literally was pretty hot earlier, but right now, oh, I actually really like the way it smells. That's a side note, but I actually really like the way it smells. So yeah, it wipes on pretty easy. I like the way it smells. Now again, I think this is like a touch-up. It's not really like meant for cleaning. Could you use a Scrub Ninja and use this? I don't know. To be honest, I don't really know. But let's wipe it on the whole door real quick and see how that finishes and see how that looks. I'm a big fan of the way it smells though. It kind of smells like a cologne or like something like that. Like, I don't know, I like it. I think it's cool. Now, does it say to buff it off? What does it say? Because right now I see some lighter spots, some darker spots. Like right here I can tell like it's a little bit darker. Then here it's already dried on. This one looks like it's still kind of on there. For glossy interior surfaces, flip the microfiber towel and re-wipe to remove any streaks. So maybe they want me to flip it and dry. Let's see. Just so it kind of like leaves no streaking or anything like that. I mean, it looks good. This is really for your maintenance clients, guys. This is like your maintenance clients, your own personal car that you keep up with. Whether you're a mobile detailer, whether you just like to keep your family's cars clean, whatever it's like that. Definitely for the matte interior finishes, I think this is what you want to do, right? Just something real simple and chill like that. Cleans it. It definitely cleans well. It smells really good. Cleans well, smells good, doesn't streak or anything like that. I mean, maybe we're not doing it in direct sunlight, so I don't really know. I can't do like a massive test, but to me, looks really, really good, and it smells really good, and I love the way it finishes, especially on this type of like leather that just kind of sleek and like matte. I think it works really, really good. So for me, this Cruise, I think it's pretty good. Do I think it's better than like Polestar? I think Polestar is good because you can use it to clean crazy. You could also just spray on the towel, wipe it down, and kind of do both. So for me, I still think Cruise is cool because it smells good. It's not that expensive. I love the finish it leaves. So right now, I'm still thinking Polestar over Cruise. But again, this is like a quick detailer, so it's not really meant for heavy duty cleaning. So let's go to the back of this door and wipe it in and see how it looks. All right, so this one does have, let me bring you guys closer here. It does have a little bit of streaks, as you can see. Now, it does say to let it sit and dwell for a little bit. It's not hot. It's not been sitting in the sun. So let's see how this buffs off really quick. So we got another, I got a different towel. It's the same jobber towel, but just a different towel. So let's buff that off. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And guys, it's sleek. It's nice. Whoa, hold on now. I did not think it was gonna like buff off like this. I thought it was gonna leave some type of residue because it's like, you just still see it dripping. Now this is an interesting product to test out in the sun. I need to do maybe an updated review of this in the sun to see how it, if it does streak or does it dry, does it stain. But right there, guys, that is, yeah, that's the stuff right there. And it doesn't leave like a, I'm gonna use my my actual part of the skin. It's not like greasy, oily, or anything like that. It's like a nice, smooth, chill surface. Wow, that's actually really good. I'm actually pretty surprised by that. That little scuff thing is not really there. Is it there? I can't really tell. You're not really using this to clean though. If it's dirty, you gotta go ahead and scrub it, right? Use that leather cleaner or the interior detailer. Try to go in there with the scrubber, maybe scrub it off. But to be honest, that is really good. That cleans really well, to be honest. I really like that. It does add a different chic and like a little bit of a shine to it. A little bit shinier than the other side for sure, but I like it. It does well. So for me, I don't know where it's at in the front seat. I approve of this one. This is really good. I think for those cars that you want to add some like dressing to it, definitely Clean and Shine's the way to go. Spray it on there, spray it on all the doors. I would definitely close the windows and then just let it sit on there for 3-5 minutes, wipe it all off. You're done with the door. So I actually really like that. That's pretty cool. So let's move on to leather and vinyl cleaner on my armrest in my car. So let's go ahead and get that done. All right, guys. So this is like my what do you call it? Where you put your elbow out when you're driving, and as you can see, it's pretty dirty there. This is from literally, this is my mobile detailing setup, guys. So this is as real as it gets right here. So what we're gonna do is use leather and interior cleaner, all surface cleaner. So we're going to use this to spray directly on here, and then we're going to try to wipe it off. So let's see how this works. Come on. It's on off. Maybe I should turn it on. And we're going to try to wipe it off. If it doesn't come off with the wipe, we'll use a Scrub Ninja, because this is literally what I would do on like an actual detail, right? So let's see if that comes off. If not, we'll have to pull out the Scrub Ninja. Give it a few back and forths there, up and downs. Bam. Look at that. You can tell where I didn't clean right here, but it leaves a nice finish right there. Still residue, oils there. Nice clean finish. So that alone, no agitation with the Scrub Ninja, just with the microfiber. We'll do the rest of this right here. I know it's kind of close up, but this is like kind of awkward to film with one hand. I don't have a tripod. So we'll go ahead in here, get a nice, give it a little bit of elbow grease. Don't be afraid now. And then a nice finish. Maybe it's a little bit streaky there. Buff it off. Put your Clean and Shine, put your Cruise, whatever you want. Bam. It's a nice clean armrest. So I approve of this. Is it better than Polestar? Honestly, I don't think so, because Polestar is so dilutable that this doesn't really seem like a necessary thing, but I do like it. So I do think it's good. All right, I hope you guys can see me. I hope you guys could like the video, please, for the effort I'm putting into this. It's dark out. I'm putting the headlamp on, so that we can try and get this clean, the tire clean with the Wise Guy, Shine Supply Wise Guy, diluted 1-to-1. We're gonna go ahead and try to. I mean, this is a hubcap, guys. It's not anything crazy. I'm gonna do my sister's car after this. That has different wheels, and then the real test is my dad's van, which is crazy. So I don't know how that's gonna work, but we're gonna figure it out. So this does have tire dressing. I did tire dress this the last time, so it does have a bit of tire dressing on there. So that's kind of the main test on this one, is kind of the tire dressing. How good is it clean up the plastic on there for hubcaps? Because a lot of cars still have hubcaps. Not every car has to have those steel, aluminum, whatever wheels. So basically, we're just gonna spray on some Wise Guy on the tire, and then spray the wheel itself. Boom. All right. Now in this bucket, also my pressure washer. I'm low on water in my tank, so I don't want to have to fill up my tank. So we're just gonna use my dad's garden hose here. And in this bucket right here, I don't know if you guys can see if it's in frame, but we just have a 5-gallon bucket with some soap and water in there. And then we're gonna go ahead and use the Detail Factory brush. So let's see how this works. All right. Boom. Now we're gonna just go ahead and use our face brush. We're not gonna use any of the wheel woolies that we got today from, well, we are gonna use it later on, but not on this car, because obviously there's hubcaps, not anything, you can't really clean the wheel wells here. So we're just use a face brush, basically, just to knock this all out. This is another Detail Factory brush. If you guys want the link, I'll put it down right now in the description of the video. So let's go ahead and rinse her off real quick. All right, well, did a great job on the cleaning for sure of the actual plastic, but again, it's not really that hard to clean this. You could use soap probably to clean that, so it's not really the best test, but we're gonna let this tire actually dry fully. All right, as you guys can tell here, I dried it off. It's still wet on that side. I just used the blower to blow it on here, and you can tell it's definitely not as dark. You can't even tell that it has tire shine really on it, or that it had it on there. It looks like a standard gray black tire ready for tire shine. So A-okay job from Wise Guy. Definitely did do the job of taking out that tire shine like residue, so you're able to apply a fresh tire shine on there without it being on top of another one. It doesn't really stick as well. So for me, Wise Guy approved as far as cleaning the tires. We're gonna get to some more tests on cleaning some tires, some wheels, and see how it does. All right, so this is the other tire here, guys. I have my headlamp on, so I hope you guys can see this, but look at that brake dust down there. This is the type of test we need to do this on, because this is like your average everyday car, guys. Obviously, if you maintain your own car, it's going to look a little better, but that might need wheel acid. So more than likely, it's probably going to need wheel acid, because I've tried cleaning this thing and it just doesn't come off. Haven't used acid on this car yet, but we're going to have to try that out. But let's try out Wise Guy. And this tire shine's a little bit newer, so let's try out on some newer tire shine. This was applied probably a week ago, and then the brakes obviously got built up again. And then this is like extremely hard to remove, guys. It's going to be really tough. You're going to need acid probably. So I'm not expecting it to clean that. I do expect it to clean this stuff right here, and like the light dust it does on here. So let's try this out, see how it works. All right, let's go. Wow, it did a pretty decent job right there. Look at that. It's still on there for sure, but there was a good amount there, guys, that was on there before like this, but it was all around. So it did a pretty decent job at it. Maybe it was on me, fall on me to like not go in there and scrub more, because look, it's still coming off a little bit. So maybe it's more on me. Maybe it's a little bit more on me than the actual product. So it looks like it's kind of coming off a little bit. I just gotta go in there really agitate it. But I think acid would definitely be better, because if you're out on a real life job doing this, you're gonna need to do this faster than 10-15 minutes per wheel. So acid definitely gonna do the job there. We'll do that in a different video though. But yeah, I think it cleans off pretty good. And here we are, guys, the holy grail of tires. Actually, this one's actually not that bad. It's actually the one in the back. So let's go to the one in the back real quick. You guys are gonna see this. Look at this thing. This thing hasn't been cleaned since 2008, the year of the van. So look at all of this brake dust, guys, right? Obviously the wheels aren't, like the rims aren't the best finish or anything. That's already peeling off and stuff like that. So we're gonna be using Cool Guy on there. We're gonna be using the Wise Guy on the tires. Yeah, this one's gonna be interesting. So let's get started. All right, so we're gonna spray Cool Guy on there first. Make sure it's on. It is an iron remover, so it's gonna smell bad. I'm already expecting that, but let's go ahead and see what this does. Need our primer up. So this would be like similar to Coach Kemi's magic wheel cleaner. I mean, this thing needs Jesus to bring it back to life, I think. Probably some, I mean, it's already purple. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna use Wise Guy on the tires. You know what? This doesn't smell that bad. I gotta be honest, it doesn't smell that bad. Let's bring you up close. Look at this. Oh my God, looks like someone died. Wow, this is insane. Honestly, for being an iron remover, it does not smell that bad. Agitate with a soft wheel brush to loosen stubborn dirt and grime and rinse thoroughly. So it does say to agitate it right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and start agitating it. I'm gonna use the Ease Detail brush here. I mean, if this cleans this, guy, I mean, this is insane. Oh my God. I'm seeing things that I probably haven't seen since 2008. All right, we got the brake caliper, so maybe this would be the perfect time to use that new brush we got. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. All right, gonna use the face brush. No way, there's no way. Oh my God, hold on. Guys, I'm seeing things I haven't seen since 2008. Oh my. Okay, we're gonna need another brush. We're gonna need a little bit of a stronger brush to agitate. A little small detail brush here. And really get in there. Oh, no. This is okay. Cool Guy, you got me. Shine Supply, this is the one right here. Cool Guy. Instant Cop. I'm buying a gallon. Actually, probably not. It's expensive, but oh my. Now I do have Magic Wheel Cleaner too from Coach Kemi, so we might have to put it in the head-to-head. And the other side of this wheel, or the other wheel, is just as bad as this one. Oh my God, this is insane. I don't think we'd see the wheel back again. It's definitely not in the best condition, don't get me wrong. It's never been cleaned this deep cleaned in ever, so wow. I knew I didn't clean these wheels for a reason. I was gonna wait for the perfect time. Now, could an acid have done this probably better? I don't know. But this is an amazing results right here. I'm gonna do the tire. I'm gonna do the tire as well with the Wise Guy. So let's go ahead and knock out the tire really quick before we rinse it off and see the after. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. All right. And then get the water hose. All right, this is gonna be insane. Hold on. Let's all enjoy this rinse off. Oh my God, that is crazy. Okay, it's not the best, right? It's my first pass. I probably need to do like, I don't know. I think you need the acid for this. But just that rinse alone, look at this. I mean, you guys remember what it looked like before. Wow. I mean, this is just from being eaten away. Let me know in the comments. Actually, I have no idea what this is from. Is this from Curb Rash? I mean, this looks amazing though. Look at that. I'm trying to put my light above it so you guys can see. But yeah, this is probably gonna have to go with like wheel acid. It's not really coming off even when I rub my finger in there. That's gonna have to come off with some type of acid. That could still come off. I'm gonna probably just rinse that. Is this coming off? Yes. You probably don't want to do what I'm doing with your fingers. Sorry guys if that's made you mad, but wow. I mean, this did amazing. I would definitely follow this up with an acid or start with an acid, but this did an amazing job. Great work, cool guy. I approve. I approve of this message. All right, now as far as using solution, it says to use it like the rocker panel, so we're gonna try and use it on this part right here, this plastic part, and see if we just do a spray, let it sit and dwell for like a minute or something. We'll rinse it off and see how it does. So let's try that out. I'm gonna spray some solution on there, diluted 10:1. Let that sit and dwell for a little bit, and then we'll rinse it off, and then we'll end the video off by doing the decked out on this tire. All right, so that's sitting there. Now, normally I'm assuming you would probably what I've seen a lot of detailers do is they put their solution on the bottom, like kind of like a pre to the pre-foam, I guess. So they spray that solution on, then they would go ahead and put foam on top of it, let it sit and dwell even longer, rinse it off. It would probably come off. So let's see what this looks like now. Just want to make sure I get a good rinse right there, because if I didn't rinse it really well, who knows what damage it would have caused. But let's go ahead and wipe that off real quick. Actually what I'm going to do is blow it off, because if I wipe it off, I might actually do the cleaning. So let's see how good this is at just spraying it on, spraying it off. See, honestly it looks the same, and honestly I don't even know if that was really dirty or if it's like the plastic trim kind of fading away. All right, I'm showing my light off. Hold on. Boom. All right, so yeah, that was my first attempt at using solution. It's not really probably the best test. I'm going to be doing a separate video where I actually clean my engine bay for the first time. I will be making a video about me cleaning my engine bay using solution, diluted probably 1:1 like they recommend for engine bay cleaning. So that'll be in a future episode, future video. Yeah, but we're going to go ahead and apply decked out to this tire, wrap up the video, give you my final thoughts, and yeah, let's apply this decked out. I will be using the tire shine brush. I'm a fan of using Auto Fiber's tire saver, so we'll see how it comes out. All right, so the way they apply it, I've seen them apply it on the video before, and they spray it directly onto the tire. I'm more of a spray on the brush kind of guy, but we're gonna follow their instructions, at least for this time. Let me know how you guys apply your tire shine. Do you apply it to the tire, or do you apply it to the brush? I like to apply it to the brush, but let's try this out. This is diluted 2:1? Yeah, 2:1. Okay, so another thing too, I don't like using the brush the first time because it leaves like this little bit of like linting on there. So that's the only thing I don't really like about using the brush until you break it in. Once it's broken in, it's amazing. It is pretty decent actually, but I like, again, my preferred method is the tire shine tire saver from gosh, what's it called? Auto Fiber, sorry. And that's like my favorite method of applying tire shine. But over time, this tire brush, like my other one, is gonna be a lot better. Not gonna really leave that kind of like the little fibers of the end of the brush on there. But I mean, look at that. It applied really nice and easy. A good amount of spritz on there, and we got ourselves a nice looking tire. So look at that. Bam. Pops on there, looks nice. This is 2:1 again. If you want even shinier of a tire, you go to 1:1. For me, I think this is perfect. I like this type of finish myself, at least. I think it looks really good. So yeah, let's go ahead and do my wrap-up review of Shine Supply. All right, so I took the little lamp off. Man, I'm sweating. I was trying to hurry up, but it just ended up, the sun already went down by the time I was done filming the intro. So yeah, that kind of messed up. But we used all the products that we showed. I'm not gonna lie guys, solution, that wasn't the best showing of it. I apologize. I tried to do a little bit of a clip for you guys, but My honest opinion, I just didn't want to wash the whole car right now. It's pretty late. You guys can see it's already dark. We're going to do an engine bay cleaning. Like I said, I'm going to be using solution on that for my first. I've never done an engine bay cleaning ever, never took a training class. I'm going to just try it from videos I've seen. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to give it a shot on my own car. So I will be using this for a engine bay cleaning detail soon. So that's going to be the next video when I use the solution. So look out for that. I didn't use any of the brushes. Not yet. I'll use them later on. I just kind of want to use my own stuff right now. Yeah, where do we start? So interior cleaners. Dang it, I'll go get them. I'll be back. They're in the cars. And now we're back. Okay, so I went to go pick them all up. They were still in the cars. So we have 3 interior cleaners that we used. We used the clean and shine on the rear, on the passenger side. No, sorry, the rear seat on the driver's side. So behind the driver's side, we use clean and shine, which is an interior dressing. It's not only meant directly for cleaning, but it is a clean and shine is your one-step solution to cleaning and renewing your interior plastics. Okay, well, it does have a mild cleaning agents. Will safely remove light grime and buildup from your dash, consoles, and door panels with ease. At the same time, UV blocking agents and conditioners are penetrating deep into the surface to restore that rich satin finish. So again, that's like your maintenance client. You do them every 2 weeks, once a month. Spray that on there if it's not super caked on with kids throwing Cheetos and puffs and dropping juice and it's sticky and all that stuff. You want to go ahead and use a cleaner like this or Polestar or whatever and scrub it, wipe it clean, and finish it with this. So it's like an interior dressing with a cleaner all in one. I actually really like this. As you guys saw my reaction to this, really, really nice. It smells decent, not the greatest smelling. I prefer the way Cruise smells, which is really nice, and I actually like the way Decked Out smells, but that's just smell-wise. I do think it's still good, very, very good. I'm going to be definitely looking into keeping this. And another thing that it's off-label use, I think, because I don't think it says it on here, but my friend that showed me about this and I used it the first time, we actually used this on floor mats. So we sprayed this onto the floor mats, let it sit, and then just wiped it all in, and it looks really, really good. So that's an off-label use. I don't think it says it on there, at least. I might have said it. Maybe I'm dumb, but yeah, this is pretty good for floor mats as well. I would probably use this. No, we did use it on the driver and passenger side, but again, it's not like super greasy or anything like that, so you should be okay to use this. And then Cruise as well. Maybe just to be safe, don't use it on the passenger driver. Just maybe do it for the rear seats or rear floor mats. I don't know. Be safe with that maybe. I don't want to advise anything like that, to do that. But anyways, we use Cruise. I do like the way it smells. I think it's really nice for cleaning up like the light dust particles and stuff like that. And again, on here, it doesn't say it's really meant for, it's like quickly removes dust. So it's literally just to pick up some dust, wipe it all off. It looks a nice little clean finish. This is what you want to do for that. And then you have a leather and interior surface cleaner, which is basically like your Polestar. I think it pretty much does the same job. I'll have to put up on the screen. I do think it's more expensive than Polestar because if you buy the gallon, I don't think you can dilute. I believe it's just straight up like you just use it basically. So there's no like dilution for it. This is obviously the smaller bottle, 16 ounce, which is the one I think that's meant for ready to use. But even the big gallon, I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Do you dilute that one? I'm not too sure yet. I didn't do a massive amount of research on that, but I think Polestar maybe is better value because you can dilute it to 1 to 10 to 1 to 5 to 1 to 1. Like it just depends, well, not 1 to 1, but like 1 to 5, 1 to 10, 1 to 20 for interiors. I think that's pretty solid. So maybe use Polestar instead of this. I just wanted to try it out, guys. I really want to give as many chemicals as I can as a shot because one, to review for myself and to, what products do I want to keep in my lineup? Do I go full Shine Supply? Do I use Polestar with a few other things like these two maybe? I just want to make my best arsenal that I can possible that's both bang for my buck, but also gives the best results possible. If I pay a little bit extra for the best results, I'll do it because I want to make sure that my clients know that I bring the best job possible. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. But yeah, these 3 cleaners, if I had to pick one, this is amazing. I would just maybe keep Polestar and use this for the clean and shine. If you want a little bit of a shiner finish, I think that's great. For your everyday maintenance clients, once every 2 weeks, once a week, once a month, for your own car, for your detail, for your clients, whatever. This is like you spray it on the towel, spray it on the door panel, wipe it on and off, boom, you're good to go, ready to go. This one, spray on the door panel, all the doors, leave it for like a little while, even the rear floor mats or something, spray it on, wipe it off. Let it sit for 3 to 5 minutes so it really sits and soaks up on the door, wipe it on all off, and you're good to go. So I actually really like these 3. I just think you're probably better with Pulsar. Again, I just think you're better with Pulsar because of the cost efficient wise, I guess, of what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that's just my opinion. These three, very good though. If I had to rate it, Clean and Shine 9.5, Cruise maybe like an 8, 8.5, maybe 9, because I like the way it smells. It does clean good. I like that. This one, I would give it like a 9 too, but it's just the same thing as Pulsar in my opinion. So these three really good. Next we used was Wise Guy, which is the wheel and tire cleaner that we used on my dad's car and my sister's car and the van to get rid of the tires. So for the tires, it's actually really good at cleaning the tires. I do like that. It removes that built up like tire shine, so it kind of gets rid of that tire shine, leaves a nice matte finish for you to really apply any tire dressing you want, and gets rid of that. So I like that for sure. I would say it does the same job as Clean Tech, to be honest, when it comes to the wheels or tires. And then when it comes to the wheels, I'd say it cleans just as good as like, I would say, okay, so I've used Brake Buster. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I've used Brake Buster before, and I'm just, Brake Buster is only for maintenance clients, guys, in my opinion. It's not really meant to do the heavy duty cleaning, in my opinion, right? That's just my thoughts. Like, I've used Brake Buster on my dad's, that van you guys saw, the wheel was terrible. And I've tried it before and it just doesn't do a good enough job. Yes, we use Cool Guy, which we're gonna get to in a second, but it just doesn't do a great job. Wise Guy is a little bit of a better cleaner than that. Again, it's not pH neutral. I think it's more of a higher alkaline, because this does say use for not for use on ceramic coated wheels. For these, use our pH balanced Cool Guy wheel cleaner. So yeah, that's definitely why I think this is like your higher alkaline there for the cleaner, and you want to use pH neutral, which is what Brake Buster is. So that's kind of why I guess you have more cleaning power with this one. So pick and choose, I guess, what you guys want to go over. But I do like Wise Guy. I do think it's pretty good. And I don't think it's very expensive, like $42 for a gallon. You could use this on wheels and tires. I think that's good for maintenance clients for sure. And even some little bit of a heavier baked on ones, you just got to scrub a little bit more, do a little bit more work. And then we have Cool Guy, which is the iron removing. Now this is just for wheels, not for tires. So again, Wise Guy and this together is probably going to do a good job for you in the long run. This we did use on my dad's rim or wheel. You guys saw, it was amazing. The purple, the bleeding, it's crazy how dirty that thing was and how much it just removes and does a great job. This with some, some scrubbing in there does an amazing job. So this with some like pretty caked on brake dust and just like contamination, I think it does a great job. It's just, I don't think it's going to do as good as an acid, guys. Again, acid's different than this, but yeah, I honestly think that cleaned that good of a job. That was pretty good. For years and years of baked on cake dust, this did a great job. I would probably go again at this and probably to get the rest of it off, and let it sit there a little bit longer, go a little bit more with the cleaning. But if you use the acid, you spray it on there, clean it up. We're gonna do a video on acid later on too. I'm gonna do another video of doing wheel acid on the wheels. But I actually really like this. It doesn't smell terrible. It does have a little bit of a funky scent, but not terrible like iron removers that have as bad as your chemicals that have iron remover in them. So I approve of these two for sure. And then we have Solution. Again, we'll do a better test. I'm not gonna give my real thoughts on that yet. Wise Guy we already talked about. And then we have Decked Out, guys. Decked Out is, it's pretty good, guys. It's pretty good tire dressing. I can't really lie about it. I used this 2-to-1. What the heck was that? I just saw something in the back. I have no idea what that was. I think something just fell, but I don't know. But we have Decked Out diluted 2-to-1. I think that this is the finish, I like CarPro, but CarPro, okay, so let me say this. This gallon, it's like $90, okay? So we're talking some serious cheese, some serious cheddar. So the gallon at $90, yes, if you dilute it 2-to-1, then it's gonna be it's gonna last you a good amount of time, guys. I don't even think I filled it up all the way. I don't know. Did I fill it up? No, I did. So, in my opinion, guys, I'm just a big fan of CarPro Pearl, guys. I'm a big fan of it. I love that you can use it on trim. This one you probably could too, of some off-label stuff, but I really like Pearl to use on trim, to use on wheels. I think it's really good. Again, for the gallon of I think a gallon of CarPro Pearl is like 108. I'll put it on the screen, but it's pretty expensive too. But this is great. I love the way it smells. I love how easy it is to spread. Again, I'm an auto fiber kind of guy when it comes to the actual application wise. I'm a big fan of the auto fiber one, but I think all in all, guys, tire shine decked out. Is it worth it? I would say yeah. I honestly do think it's good. I think it's pretty decent. It is very expensive though, so keep in mind that dilute it down at least 2 to 1 to make it a little bit more bang for your buck right there, I guess, just to get a little bit more out of the product. I would probably go with 2 to 1. Spray a little bit more if you want a little bit of a heavier heavier shine. But other than that, guys, my first initial thoughts on Shine Supply, I think it's a great job. All right, I think it's really good. A lot of the interior products, the 2 interior products I really like. This one, I think you're good with just Polestar, in my opinion, honest opinion. Cool Guy is very, very good. I do have Magic Wheel Cleaner, and I'm telling you, it did not clean as good as this. So I'm a big fan of that. Wise Guy, I think it's good. It's $42. Go ahead and try out the gallon, or just try this little one. Maybe buy the kit and try it out. $90. I think it's worth the value. I'll leave the link to the kit as well. The solution, we're gonna give it another go on something on like the engine bay cleaning. And yeah, I recommend all the products, maybe just not Polestar, and honestly, maybe not even Cruise. I think you're good with just this one if you want a little bit like it says, if you want to clean and shine. If you want to shine your finish, try that out. If you're not, maybe just stick with Polestar and then just do this on top if you want a little bit of shinier finish, or your maintenance clients that want that shinier finish. So maybe these 2 aren't like a must-have, but this right here, I think it's pretty banging right here, guys. I'm gonna be honest. So I'm gonna keep them for sure. Use Cruise and Leather Interior Cleaner because I have them at bottom, so I'm gonna use them for sure. And maybe down the line I'll give an update, but like, no, I really like Cruise, or I really like this. So again, let me know your guys' thoughts. Have you guys tried Shine Supply? Let me know in the comments down below. Did you guys like my review? Did you guys like that I put my little headlamp on this late at night? Neighbors probably think I'm crazy, but I gotta make the reviews happen, and hopefully you guys did enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.